Okay, now I'm online. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, cool. We can perfectly hear you. How's it going, Farhad?
Very good, very good. I'm in Dubai currently. I'm working hard. Everything is fine. Hope
All right.
everything is good with you guys.
Mhm.
Just
Should we start right away? I know that you're busy on your schedule, or we can wait another 5 minutes for people to join in.
yeah, no worries. As you wish. We can wait a little bit, just so we get more people.
All right, cool. Then let's wait 2, 3 minutes, and we are going to start right away with questions. Thanks.
Sounds good. Yeah, if you want, we can wait a couple minutes and then let some people join. 'Cause I don't think we have too many right now. But I guess this will be recorded and people can listen to it on
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Plus, from what I see, we have at least the most active people are already here. Some
Yeah.
people I see have woken up at 4 a.m. their time to hear you speaking.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Apologize for not letting us know.
Well, I told that it will be recorded, but still,
Yeah,
people
sounds
want
good. And
to
if
be
anybody wants
live.
to ask any questions live or have any sort of interactions, I'm very happy to do so as well. So how do you want to start? Do you guys want me to give you like a little update on what's going on in general? Or do you want to give me a list of questions and then I give like a main
I have the
update?
list of questions. Like previously, I've gathered the questions from the community. We have actually a lot of them, but I have chosen like the most typical ones that people always ask during like the last 3, 4 months. So I guess we can start with those ones.
Yes, sounds good. So,
Yeah, cool. Let's start. So the first
good.
question and the main one is like Wallace has gotten a bit silent in the last three
Yeah.
months, like after the new year. So people want to know what is that we are building on the background, what we are cooking.
Yeah. So, for the last, I don't know, I would say more than 3 months, like 5, 6 months, we've been making a really big research and big rollout and documentation. So the idea is, and what we're calling it is like the revamp of Velas, like preparing for Velas 3.0. In which sense? Is that yes, Velas technology is far superior. We're the fastest EVM chain in the world, but we're still not getting mass adoption, and there's still a lot of things missing. So to identify that, we hired several external and we had internal teams, basically analyzed over 200 blockchains, several thousands projects, and categorized the levels basically and categorize what it means to be a layer one right now. Not only from a tech stack, but from all the toolkits, from the ecosystem bootstrap programs like grant programs and ecosystem funds and partnerships and different toolkits and different types of projects and different kind of DeFi and everything. So basically, we identified what exactly Velas is missing in terms of project toolkits and things like that. And then we identified exactly which kind of tools we need to fork or develop or bring on chain. And then we paired it with a list of trusted developers that have been very successful on other chains and that showed their willingness to come and build on Velas. So this is something we're quite excited about because now we have a very clear picture of exactly what needs to be done for Velas to be really the complete ecosystem that it needs to be. If that answers your
Yep, I guess that fully answers
yeah.
the question I've asked. So the next one is will we ever see or will we ever have a stable coin backed by the Velas team? Not like a side project, but our own one.
So our own stablecoin, I'm not sure if we're going to do that because that's a whole kind of business in itself. But I'm really excited that we're partnering up with a project that's doing something extremely, extremely interesting in my eyes. And they're ready to launch that in, end of this month, and it's going to launch on Velas as well. So what it is a yielding stable coin. So all the stable coins right now, the problem with them that I see with USDC and DAI is that they don't share the yield, right? Because they take the fiat money, they buy treasury bills, or they put it on US dollar deposit, which gives almost 5% per year, and they don't share that with the users. So we're partnering with a project called Mimo that's fully regulated in Liechtenstein, and basically how the process works: you send them USDC, and they burn the USDC and buy US treasuries. US treasury bills is the most liquid financial product on the planet. It's issued by the United States Federal Reserve, and it's yielding almost 5% right now. So then it's wrapped in an NFT, which is regulated and it's yielding, and then you can redeem the NFT and claim stable coins. Stable coins that are 100% back liquidity on chain with US treasury bills, and they yield 5%. Then you can take these stable coins and then go further and put them in DeFi protocols or elsewhere. So this for me is something that's very interesting, and that's coming online end of this month. And Velas is going to be the first chain that they launch this product on.
This sounds like a lot of fun. Can you spell the project name for me? Because a lot of users want, I guess, to know it exactly.
Mimo,
Mhm.
MIMO.
Oh, yeah, so it's easy. MEMO. I got it.
MIMO, yeah. Yes, we're going to make some joint announcements and press releases. That's why I wanted to give community an update before we go public with all these announcements, because there's a lot of exciting projects that are coming on chain, and hopefully the activity in Velas will really pick up in the weeks to come.
Thanks for this info. The next question would be, do we have the plans to run the hackathon to attract new developers? And apart the hackathon, while the hackathon is the main tool, what are the other tools to attract new devs on Velas?
Yes. So we are planning to do a hackathon, probably either towards the beginning of the summer or after the summer. We're deciding who to partner up with and which jurisdictions to do. But we already have a quite substantial list of trusted developers that have been reaching out personally, and we've been showing them the chain. And I think there's already quite a substantial list of developers, but we want to attract not only developers, and we want to attract ready projects that are existing on other chains to try to experiment with Velas. I had recently several projects that have a need for a high frequency blockchain that are in the gaming and gambling space, also in telecom and energy. And they've been building on Polygon and Binance Smart Chain, and they're coming back with the feedback that the chain is just not handling it. The transactions are dropping off. It's slow. It's expensive. So a lot of these projects are slowly starting to come to us, and we're making agreements in the background. And hopefully soon they will start launching. But to attract more developers on top, so we're also going to start incentive programs. We're structuring a new fund here in Abu Dhabi because we had a very strong interest from the Abu Dhabi government and their funds to kind of follow with us. So this will be an extra investment vehicle that can invest on external projects built on Velas. As well as we have one external team that has built us a launchpad of our own, because the previous Velas pad was an externally built project that had nothing to do with Velas directly. So I think the pair of launch pads, ecosystem fund, grants, and then our map of identifying what the blockchain needs exactly is going to help developers come to our chain more and more.
Well, I hope it is so, like you are saying, that we are going to expand like very fast in the next month. The next question is pretty simple. What are our goals for 2023? Do we have any milestones like for next 3, 6, and 9 months?
Yeah, so I guess what I told you to fill up this map and fill up all the core infrastructure projects that are needed on Velas, all the right toolkits for developers to come on board, and having real life projects that users can benefit from directly. So we're really focusing on a number of DeFi projects that we want to support and help external teams build on top of us. We need to build our TVL substantially, and we need to integrate with a lot of other communities. So the milestone, I guess, for this year is to fill up all the gaps and catch up to the bigger L1s in terms of toolkits, and then launch a lot of projects on Velas, including, as I said, from DeFi space. There's a lot of games that are experimenting on Velas that are supposed to come out this year as well. And hopefully all that will lead us, to a higher market cap and a higher reach, and get more and more user base and more companies and more projects using our chain.
All right, thank you. I have also a nice question from the user Dan/IV3. So I will read the whole question. How will Velas push the adoption of the blockchains? This one they have answered, but the next part is pretty interesting. Are there any joint ventures, perhaps with other blockchains in the future? Because the whole omni-chain narrative is pretty strong right now, so we might take advantage of this and work together. And the user gives like the examples of Moonriver and Moonbeam, Astar, Kava EVM, Evmos, Clanto, and yeah.
Yeah.
The question if they are
So
going to join with any other blockchain.
yeah, so I mean, since we're cross-chain and EVM compatible, we're partnering with multi-chain on the bridge side, which is the biggest bridge, and they're pretty much connected to all the large EVM blockchains. So from that perspective, there's going to be a lot of chains. I mean, a lot of projects that are using other chains that could benefit Velas. We're also speaking to partner up with other blockchain ecosystems like the new Venom ecosystem from Abu Dhabi. We're looking to partner with other chains to help them offload, share liquidity, and then share our user bases. Not only with blockchains, but also with the apps that have a lot of user base and have a lot of token velocity on them.
All right, thank you. Uh, the next question, just a second. Yeah, so the users want to know if there are maybe some names of the projects we are working on at the moment. You have shared Mimo, Capital, Dot Capital. I guess we have something else.
Yes. So I have external teams that are ready to launch some other DeFi protocols like the Borderland protocol. Compound V3 is almost ready to launch. I think they'll be ready to launch end of this month. Then there's some other protocols like on-chain leverage trading and things like that. And there's a lot of external DeFi protocols that are reaching out and that are starting integrations. In terms of other interesting projects that are coming on Velas as a product, something that's very interesting you guys should check out is MetaPax. MetaPax is the streaming headset You can check it out on metapacks.io. They just signed with FC Barcelona and have some notable partnerships. Basically, that it's called the Paxer, that you can stream and you can control the person wearing the glasses. For example, this could be used for couriers or real estate developers or influencers doing streaming, celebrities and so forth. So that's another very interesting project. Then there's some bigger games that we're signing partnerships with in terms of them using our chain and then bringing our ecosystems together. But those will announce very shortly as we're in the process of finalizing these deals. And then also we are partnering with a telecom company called ARA, which does last mile bandwidth distribution. So what it does is facilitate when you have fiber optic cables coming into a small town or a village. Is very costly to take fiber optics into every house. So they use these special modems, and these modems act like nodes and create a mesh network for bandwidth distribution. And they also need a high frequency blockchain like ours. We're in process of doing testing, but hopefully that pilot is going to launch very soon. And that'll be a very good use case of use of blockchain in real industry, like the telecommunication and bandwidth distribution.
Cool, duly noted. There was a question from the community which bothered them, and we pretty didn't have the answer because we don't know what is the core team I'm sorry, holding ratio, how much VLX do we have, whether we have a lockup, and yeah, people just want to know how much VLX do we have.
So there's two pots of VLX that the company and foundation is holding. So we have team coins, which have a vesting schedule, and that's for incentives of the team that's being distributed, and that's planned to be distributed in the next 5 years. And then we have ecosystem tokens that are going to be used for incentive programs and for investments to bring projects on chain and to use this as liquidity for as well as foundation or company tokens.
Thank you for the answer. Also, in the previous AMA session, I guess not with us, but one of the last ones was Wolf Crypto. You have mentioned that we are going to have the partnership with Indian telecom company or
Yes.
audiovisual medium. So how is that partnership going on?
So that's a partnership with an Indian streaming company. So Eros Investments. There we are in the process of testing and integration. They have a big streaming platform, which is like an analog of Netflix, and they have made their own token on Avalanche, and then part of the supply will be bridging to Velas, and there it starts with 3 million user base, and then that same company has several different platforms where they're planning to integrate blockchain, and we're looking with them to develop different use cases that make sense for their users. So hopefully, I think within the next 2 months, we should be integrated, and the founder of the project just arrived to Dubai, and we should be having a follow-up meeting tomorrow.
Great, thank you. Just a step back to our history. So is there any slight possibility that we are going to return the artificial intelligence to Velas or not?
So regarding the AI and AIN kind of, so which was in our original white paper, just to give clarity, we have for 2 years we've done extensive research on using neural networks, or what we called at the time artificial intuition, which optimizes blockchain parameters on the fly, right? And the point of that was to try to make the blockchain faster, meaning higher throughput and more secure. We've done extensive tests, and there are positive results. We're actually planning to publish these findings and give it to the community as open source for other blockchains to use. This does give positive outcomes to many blockchains. The reason why we're not actively using these modules because of the code base that we're using right now, as for native Chase Solana's code base. Like software-wise, it's pretty maxed out in terms of speed and throughput. The only bottleneck is the hardware. So as the hardware gets better, the blockchain will become faster. So there, the artificial intuition can't really speed up our blockchain as much, but it can benefit many other blockchains that are slower. However, we have a team that's trying to figure out a more important problem to speed up Velas, which is multi-threading, because right now we're not using the full capabilities of all the cores in our nodes. And I think once we figure that out, that will make the blockchain substantially faster. But as I said, we will publish this report on how to use artificial intuition and give it to the community and everybody to benefit the space as a whole, because we spent a lot of time and money researching this, and we were using it previously until we came to the latest iteration of the Velas chain.
All right, thank you. I have also seen a thread in Twitter saying that AI is pretty hard to implement, is very hard to implement actually, and that is why we basically don't see any successful examples of AI in blockchain being implemented in terms of technical stuff. So it's like flawless. We don't have such examples. So that's the reason why.
I mean, we will show that their examples are there. I mean, through our testing and so on, it does work. And AI is kind of a big word, artificial intelligence, right? This is more neural networks optimizing parameters, right? So it's not intelligent per se. That's why we called it intuition, because it intuitively assesses the parameters.
Thanks for that. I guess from my side, those were the main questions. All right, we have one more about Ledger. So do we have any plans to implement Ledger security to the staking wallet?
Ledger security to staking. Well, this I'm not sure. This maybe we should refer to our CTO, who's overlooking the new wallet.
All right, I get it.
Maybe put that in a note and then tag Roman.
Yeah, no problem.
For him to better answer the question.
From my side, this is it. This is it. Maybe you have something else to tell us about?
Yeah, I mean, there's some interesting projects. So the fund that we're setting up and the partnerships that we're making, hopefully, is going to really demonstrate what blockchain, like Velas Blockchain, is really capable of. I'll give one example. I can't give the name of the company, but there's a partner of ours that's working with one of the biggest European governments and their utility company to make a KYC solution. Because as you know, if you go to different platforms, they ask you for your proof of address and they ask for your utility bill. So this is like the biggest utility company in Europe that wants to make a digital certificate on the blockchain that gives proof of identity. So we're in the final stages. I'm actually meeting with them tomorrow. We're down to 2 blockchains that they're looking at. And if we get this deal, this will be pretty massive because that's a 60 million user base, and that will give very large activity on chain. And again, it will demonstrate in real world use case of use of blockchain technology. That's some of the other interesting projects that are coming on board, and the rest, I guess, we're going to give you updates as they're coming. So there's a lot of new developers that are planning to come on board, and then our teams are working with them to figure out exactly what types of project that we would like community to start working on. Also, we're going to update our website. We're going to update our documentation of the website, and going to show more visuals of what the Velas blockchain is looking like, because a lot of people still don't see that, and I don't think it's properly represented on our website as is right now. So all these things are in the works, and hopefully everybody's going to have a better picture of the health of the ecosystem right now, and then the plans to come, and hopefully be following all the projects that will be launching on chain. And we're focusing, as I said previously, heavily on the DeFi sector, on the gaming sector, and also on the metaverse NFT side. But once again, we're looking at NFTs more as a core technology, not just representations of JPEGs.
Thank you, Farhad. Thank you for your time and for your answers. Well, from my side and from the community side, I do not basically have any questions. I guess there was some technical questions, but I could relate those to Roman later.
Yeah. I mean, for the technical questions, we can make a technical AMA, Roman and maybe some of our developers to help clear all the technical questions for the community.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
right now we can have maybe a raise of hands from the people that are listening in now, and maybe get some live questions or comments or what have you.
Yeah, cool. I already see 1, 2, 3 hands. So guys, yeah, please raise your hands if you want to speak up. And we are going to give you a chance. All right, the first one is Corgi Crypto. I'm allowing you to speak, so go ahead, please.
Hey everyone. So I just wanted to know, are you still planning on becoming a top 10 crypto, and how long do you think it will take to get there?
Yes, thank you for the question. So definitely our ambitions are to be in the leading role of the blockchains. Hopefully, if everything goes well, we're looking at a time frame of about a year and a half to get there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corgi, for asking the question. I guess the next one, Sivanti Adityan. So I'm allowing you to speak. And we don't hear you. I have unmuted your mic.
Okay, you should be able to hear me now. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, I have enough tokens to become a validator. I will be setting up 2 nodes soon. So I was wondering if there's a possibility that I can hold the Velas tokens in my Ledger wallet without having it on BSC. Will the native Velas chain come into Ledger at some point?
Yes, we're hoping that that it will at some point. We don't have an exact timeline as of yet.
Oh, great. And what's our Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. What's our treasury balance like? I was wondering what our runway is, and
So in terms of the Velas treasury, and the treasury is going to be used to like for liquidity and for motivations of projects to come in. And the treasury balance, just for the specific purposes, is around 200 million VLX.
Perfect. No other questions on my side. Really excited for the project and the future it holds. Cheers.
Yes, thank you very much. And for validator, you can write in the validator group. If your
Yes.
hardware is up to par, if your uptime is very good, and you have a DevOps that's consistently available, you can apply to the team, and then we can potentially put our stake on top of your node as well to give you extra motivation.
Okay, perfect. I'll be setting it up real soon. So just wanted to find out.
Perfect. Yeah. Just reach out to the validator chat, and then the guys can help you out.
We'll do for sure, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you,
Take care.
Svante. Just to clarify, you are either going in Velas developer group or you're going into Discord chat. Yeah, those are the places you are going to get the help for the validators. Thanks.
Perfect. We'll go join those groups. Cheers.
Anyone else? All right, I see the raised hand from the user was nickname Madsen. So I have unmuted yourself. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hey, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Hi.
Great. I have 3 questions. First of all, are we going to have a roadmap for this year? This is the first one. Second, are we planning some exchange listing this year? And the last one, what about the digital, the partnership or the money coming from the Gem Digital? Are we still with them, or what's going on with this investment?
So Gem Digital, I heard the first question I didn't understand. Could you repeat it, please?
About the roadmap, do we have a roadmap for 2023 or 2024 for this year, for
Yes.
example?
Yes. Just as I explained, the roadmap is there, and soon the visuals are going to represent it on the website for you guys to see. And in regards with Gems Digital, that credit facility has been signed for 2 years, but what that credit facility allows is for us to sell them tokens whenever we want. And obviously, right now at these prices, we do not want to sell these tokens, so we're not going to get funded through selling tokens right now. Yeah, so what we're doing now is we're doing an equity raise on a holding company, and then we're going to raise into the ecosystem fund, and that's how the projects are going to get funded or motivated or give extra incentives and so forth.
Okay, great. And what about the last one? So the exchanges listing?
Yeah, so exchanges listings, we've been speaking to many exchanges. I'm actually meeting the CEO of Bybit in 1 hour. So we've been speaking to Bybit, OKX, some other guys. We're looking for the right time to make a listing. As you know, in the bear market, it's not very advantageous to kind of go for listings, as the sentiment in the market wasn't very good. But definitely we're looking to speak to some larger centralized exchanges with large volumes. We've established a good rapport with the Binance team, and they kind of gave us their requirements, and we know what they're looking for. So hopefully in time we'll get there as well. But as you know, Binance is not as easy to speak to right now, as they've become, the dominant players in the market especially after FTX's downfall. But we met, all the top level people in Binance. I've had discussions with CZ personally also several times. So we do have a good understanding of how to get things done. And hopefully we will list on a few large exchanges. So we're not considering small exchanges anymore. We're only considering to list on exchanges that are larger than the biggest ones that we have listed right now.
So there is
And
a
also,
possibility to have it this year, something.
yeah, this year definitely there's going to be more listings. But I'm also focusing more to have more DeFi protocols to have token movement on chain as well as. I mean, centralized exchanges are important, but I think as decentralized exchanges get better and better and have more functionality, that would be the better way to go, as centralized entities have control of your funds and can do different things that are deemed inappropriate.
Okay, great. And the last one, do we still have the 100 projects in the pipeline to be released?
Yes, so there's a lot of projects, as I mentioned, some of them. Some of them are in the phase of completion and they'll be live already. A lot of them are being built. But we will try to make an updated map so it's clear for the community to see that what's already launched, what's being built, and what's in the pipeline.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question. The next one is Digital Saga 007. You are unmuted at the moment. Hi there. Or no?
Hello. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity. Just one question, right? What is that one thing that is slowing down the Velos adoption, and what is that we are going to do for that? Thank you.
Yeah, so one thing that's been slowing the adoption, in my view, okay, the bear market and all that stuff, but I think like the lack of incentives and large treasury that we didn't build up enough. What I've seen a lot when I'm in Dubai, we have a lot of projects coming to us wanting to build on our chain, and then you have other protocols offering them $1 or $2 million to simply be on their chain. Something that's harder to compete with when chains that have a larger treasury in the billions of dollars. But what we're seeing slowly is that even if they get these extra motivations, those projects that really work out and that have a high usability are still turning and looking for faster, more and better chains. But to give the same kind of incentives and to keep up with them, that's why we're launching the fund and doing a financial raise to kind of keep up as well. Because, as I said, sometimes technology superiority is not enough. You need to offer a lot more to the projects for them to come and to be on our chain, right?
Yeah. Thank you. Just as a follow-up question, so the Solana is down again last week, right? How is
Yes.
Velas actually trying to catch up with that, right? Are we going to do an outreach for these teams who are affected and say, come on, try Velas or something?
Yes and no. So, as you know, we're in no way form reliant on Solana, right? We just used their code base, then upgraded it, and created the EVM compatibility. But what Velas is focusing more is less the native part and trying to get developers to use the EVM part. Why? Simply because on EVM and on Solidity, there is a much larger community and so many more projects to use. So in the sense of getting Solana projects to use Velas, yes, they can, but we're not actively improving the Solana's network, but focusing more on the EVM part. And in terms of Solana crashing and so forth, it has a lot to do with how they choose their validators and the requirements for hardware, uptime, and having DevOps available. So I mean, they just made a lot of nodes, but they weren't of high quality. That's why when they have an update to push or when they have some sort of hardships, it takes a long time for them to reboot because the validators simply are not properly vetted.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Thank you for thank you Digital Saga. So someone please mute yourself. Just a second. Muted. I don't see any raised hands anymore. So I guess we are done with everything. Oh, sorry, I see two more hands. All right, Manesh Kumar, allowed to speak. Please go ahead. Manesh, are you here? I guess he did it by the accident. So yeah, we don't have any raised hands anymore. Farhad, thank you for your time.
Sounds good. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, we can do this more often, and then have different formats of chats. Whether they be technical or more business oriented.
Yep, cool. Totally looking into it. Thank you guys also everyone who has joined us. 70 people. Yeah, some people joined us. Oh right, sorry. I have one important member of the community, Alex. I guess I will allow him to speak if you have some free time for that.
Yes, definitely. You can DM it.
Alex, you are here. I noticed you were active during the last weeks or so. Can you please speak up?
Hello there. Thank you for your time. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I just want to ask what happened with Ferrari partnership. We didn't talk about that. And yeah, are we keeping working with them, with the NFTs, or what's happening there?
Yeah, so with Ferrari, we haven't issued joint statements yet. Everything that you see on the news is very much speculation. Nor Velas nor Ferrari has issued an official statement. As of right now, we're continuing our efforts developing technology with Ferrari. But as soon as we're ready to make an official statement, this is when we're going to launch it. So, but right now, everything you saw in the news, this doesn't come from us or them. This is just speculation because the sponsorship has been paused, but not necessarily the development of the technologies. And on that front, also the project watch for is MetaGP and GP NFTs, which is doing the motorsport cater metaverse, and we've signed, I don't know, like 7 other brands and racing teams. And that's a very interesting project because it it gives very interesting functionality for these brands and for these racing teams, and then for the pilots to engage with their communities, and these NFTs to be driven in different types of games and give you different types of access.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, welcome.
Right, Farhad, I guess I will not hold you anymore. Thank you for your time. Thank you everyone for participating, finding also some time to listen to us, and yeah, stay tuned. Well, let's go and catch up.
Thank you, everybody. Yes, we're working hard to really revamp the ecosystem and give it a new, fresh start.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good one. Bye.
Take care, everybody. Bye bye.